cut all of that out. Cut out that negative talk, because at the end of the day, other people's opinions aren't going to get you to where you're trying to be. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca, and if by the end of this video you really like it, please make sure to subscribe and join our ever-growing family. I also want to make a little disclaimer. So you're obviously seeing this video right now, which is 2020, but when I filmed it, it was Christmas Eve, and I know, who films videos on Christmas Eve? I'm crazy, guys. However, I just wanted to make a note that there may be some noise in the background because I do have family over. So if you hear some chatting in the background, if you hear some dogs barking, that's pretty much what's going on. Today's video is all about how to accept rejection, and this is a really important topic because rejection is actually a part of the modeling industry. It's something that never ends, and for me, after almost about 9 years of modeling, it's something that I still face today. But because of these tips that I'm about to give you, I'm actually able to just go through it and it doesn't even affect me anymore. I'm kind of like, does it really matter? By the end of this video, I'm pretty sure that you'll be feeling so much more confident in yourself, and rejection won't really be that much of a big deal. Of course, that all comes with practice though, so remember that all the tips that I give you, you need to make sure that you're doing them on a daily basis. Alright, so the first way to accept rejection is to give up the need to be liked. And this is something that I talk about in almost every single video, but it's really important because it's personally helped me so much with just overcoming what rejection actually means and what it is. I was preparing to go to America to a showcase, and my acting teacher at the time said something really important, and he was like, Bianca, you need to give up the need to be liked. And at the time I was like, what does this mean? Like, I didn't actually get it. What it means is that you need to stop giving people so much power in terms of how you act. You need to just be yourself. Stop wanting to people please. Stop wanting people to like you. The truth is that not everyone is going to like you, and I say this with love because for, I would say maybe even 10 to 15 years of my life, I was a people pleaser and I wanted everyone to like me. I wanted things to just always go well. I didn't want to ever be in the wrong. I didn't want anyone to ever be upset with me. But the truth is that is impossible. If you can give up the need to be liked, people will be able to see your true self, and that's what's really important. You putting out your true self, your authentic self, your real self. That's what people want to see. That's also what bookers want to see, what agents want to see. They want to see you. They don't want to see an idea of you or you trying to be someone else. Just be yourself. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. The next thing is to not take things so personally, because I promise you it's actually not about you. If we take, for example, trying to get signed to an agency, they are looking at you because they want to see if you are marketable and if you can make them money. So they don't really care about you as a person when you are applying. Of course, when you're with the agency, then you'll start to open up and show them your personality and build a relationship. But initially, it's not a personal attack on you as a person. They're not saying, we hate you as a person and we don't like you and you're ugly. It's not that at all. It's really just a business thing. And I know it sounds really weird, but it's the truth. And for the longest time, I used to feel like I'm a bad person, like I'm not doing enough, like I'm not enough. But as the years went on, I found out that it wasn't actually, it's maybe even about me. Even when I'm trying to book another job, it's not about Bianca as a person. It's really just about, is Bianca the right fit for the shoot, for this brand, for the vibe? Can she embody that character? That's all it is. Is she going to work well with the other models on set? It's not about me as a person. So make sure to just believe in yourself. Don't allow rejection to make you feel like you're being personally attacked for who you are. Now, the next thing is that you are more than the opinion of other people. And this is something that's really important to remember, because someone can decide that they like you one day. Let's create a scenario here. A booker can decide that, wow, like, you know, you look great and we want to sign you. and you know, that may happen, and I do have some friends who have been through a similar thing to what I'm about to say, but you know, they'll be happy and they'll be like, yes, like we love you and all is well and whatever the case is, but they may a few months down the line be like, listen, you know, we aren't happy, you know, with how you're performing, or you're not booking enough work and we're gonna have to release you. And these things aren't super common, but they do happen. And so that's just one example. Another example is, let's talk about popular models. You know, there'll be an it model, a model who's getting all the shine at one point, and then she can all of a sudden just disappear. And it's not to say that people don't like you, but it's just how it goes. Sometimes you can be booked back to back to back to back to back and be, you know, flying all over the world and on set all the time, and then there can be some times where you go through a little bit of a dip, and that's absolutely normal. I've been through it so many times. In particular, 2017 wasn't the best year for me. I did shoot a very big TV commercial in the beginning of the year, but in the middle of the year it was super quiet, and it was kind of like there was just no work for me. I wasn't getting booked for jobs, like it just wasn't going well. I was going to so many castings and I wasn't booking anything. And if I had let the opinion of other people affect me, I don't think I would have been able to carry on, because at first I was kind of like, oh no, people are going to think that I'm not a model anymore and I'm not booking work. And that's also when you have to remove your ego out of things, because that's so egotistical. Like, this is life. Yes, it's a modeling, it's a career, you know, you're trying to be a model, but this is also real life, and you can't be so self-centered to think that, oh my gosh, everyone is going to think that I'm not cool anymore, or I'm unable to get signed to an agency, or I'm putting in my bio that I'm a model and I'm not booking anything. Just cut all of that out. Cut out that negative talk, because at the end of the day, other people's opinions aren't going to get you to where you're trying to be. Now, the next thing is to use rejection as a driving force, or to use rejection as motivation to keep on going. And I can easily say this to you guys, because yes, I have been modeling for going on 9 years now. However, it's never been easy, and there have been times where for years I was rejected. I've told you guys before that I tried to get into ICE for 4 years, but I still kept going. I kept saying, I'm going to apply, I'm going to apply, I'm going to apply. I never gave up, and I never allowed the rejection to batter me down to the point where I was like, well, screw this dream, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's also really what separates people who are going to be successful as a model and people who just aren't. Another thing is that people will see your determination. Trust me, they will see your determination and the fact that you are strong-willed and that you don't want to give up. Because the thing is, you have to keep knocking on those doors until they open. And if the doors that you're knocking on aren't opening, try knock on other doors. Change things up, change your approach, but don't ever let rejection make you feel small and make you feel like you cannot achieve your dreams. The times where I've done the best stuff is where I've actually been going through the hardest times and where I've not really felt the best about myself, because I was going through tons of rejection. However, I was consistent all the time and I always persevered, and I was always positive through everything, as hard as it's been. That's something that you guys need to try and do as well, because the more you push, the more you try and knock on doors, the more you are consistent, that is when you're actually going to see doors unlocking and you're going to see progress in your career. And my last point is that you should treat rejection as a lesson and not as a failure. I actually have a tattoo on my back that says never a failure, always a lesson. I stole that from Rihanna. I think she has a tattoo like that as well. But anywho, I really use that as something to motivate me, because there is always a lesson in a supposed failure. It's not really a failure, it's really just an experience and it's part of your journey. If you can take something from the rejection that you have experienced and use that to create something positive, I promise you it will take you so far. So for example, what you can do is, if you keep getting rejected by agencies, send them an email and say, hi, I know you guys aren't interested in representing me, but can you please give me some pointers? Is there a way that I should style my hair? Should I try and dress differently? What advice do you guys have for me? And some agencies will be open to reply and helping you out, some won't, but don't be afraid to do that. I used to speak to so many different models who I looked up to. I'll just message them and ask them for advice. You know, I was kind of like, what is it gonna hurt? They may reply, they may not reply, but don't be afraid of someone with a huge following or someone who's verified on Instagram. Honestly, at the end of the day, these things mean nothing, and you never know who is going to reply to you. So don't be afraid to go out there and ask questions so that you can use that to help you get to where you're trying to be. Alright guys, that's it from me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it supports my channel. And if this video is helpful to you, please share it with someone else who you may think needs it. I've also linked down below a video that I posted a couple of months ago about the truths of the modeling industry. That's a really interesting one to check out. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go and do so. Thank you so much for being here and for every week just sticking with me and coming to learn something new. I love you guys as always, and I will see you next week. Mwah. So guys, look at the new backdrop in my office. I am loving it, it's so cute. Anyways, just a quick story time. So I showed it to my whole family actually, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's so nice, but where are you? Like, why haven't you put yourself up on the wall? And I don't know guys, like I'm so weird. Like I'm just not that type of person who could, for example, ever make my own image, my wallpaper on my phone. Like, I don't know, I find it really weird, but they finally spoke me into it, so I ended up putting myself up on the wall just so that I could also be on there, because I've done covers, like I've done work, like I don't know, I just found it really strange. So I was just showing you guys that this is me in the Seychelles for World Swimsuit. This is me for Elle magazine. This is me over here for Destiny magazine. This is me for ASICS, me for Sunday Times. I decided to add myself, but this is kind of how the wall was looking like before. So I've got a whole bunch of just local models, international models, celebrities that I've actually put up on here. And so yeah, just wanted to show you that I decided to add myself.